Have you ever felt invisible, as if your words and efforts meant nothing to people who simply don't care? In the fast-paced world we live in today, being ignored can be deeply painful and incredibly frustrating. Yet there is a hidden and powerful force in the quiet actions you can take to redefine your worth and reshape how others perceive you. In this video, we're going to explore 7 silent actions inspired by Stoic philosophy. Actions that won't just unsettle those who overlook you, but will also transform the way you see yourself. Instead of shouting for attention or begging for recognition, you will learn how to cultivate a kind of presence that speaks without words and creates real, lasting impact. These actions are not about direct confrontation. They are about building a presence so strong and authentic that it becomes impossible to ignore. I want to introduce you to the Stoic principles that allow you to let go of the need for validation and embrace a quiet strength, one that can truly leave those who ignore you shaken. Stay with me for just 30 minutes and watch your life begin to change. Let's begin. The invisible strength of silence, the hidden power of saying nothing and stepping back. Have you ever stopped to consider how silence can sometimes be more powerful than any argument or clever response? Picture a familiar situation. Someone tries to provoke you, throwing sharp words your way, hoping you'll lose control, explode, or rush to defend yourself. But instead of reacting the way they expect, you remain silent. You don't take the bait. You simply observe calmly, as if you're studying the situation from the outside. This is the power of strategic silence, one of the most valuable tools within Stoicism. It has the ability to completely change how you relate to others and how you relate to yourself. In Stoic thought, silence is not weakness, nor is it passivity. It is a deliberate choice, an act of strength and self-mastery. When you choose not to respond to provocation, you demonstrate control over your emotions, something that is increasingly rare. Think about it for a moment. How many people are truly capable of holding their tongue in the face of an insult without feeling the urge to strike back or explain themselves? This level of self-control is powerful, and more often than not, it leaves the person trying to belittle you confused and unsettled. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine a family member who constantly makes critical remarks about your decisions or tries to diminish you during family gatherings. Most people would fall into the trap, arguing, defending themselves, raising their voice just to be heard. But when you choose not to engage, when you quietly step away and offer nothing more than a calm presence and a slight, confident smile, you reveal something unexpected. You show that you do not depend on their approval to feel secure in who you are. And that realization disarms them, because your silence reflects an inner confidence that no insult can touch. They were expecting a confrontation, but instead you showed that you are not interested in feeding that kind of conflict. And this same principle applies in another deeply familiar situation: romantic relationships. There are moments when words can hurt far more than any physical action. Imagine that your partner, in a moment of anger, begins to accuse you of things you know are not true. The natural reaction would be to push back, to defend yourself, or to throw something back in return. But when you choose silence, not the silence of resentment, but the silence of someone who understands that the argument will lead nowhere, you demonstrate emotional maturity. This quiet distance is not an escape. It is a way of protecting yourself, of keeping your inner peace intact. The same strategy applies to even deeper situations, such as when you decide to silently step away from a friendship that no longer serves you. There is no need for endless explanations or long debates about what went wrong. Sometimes, allowing silence to speak for you already says everything that needs to be said. Remember this: not every battle is worth fighting. Instead of arguing for recognition or desperately trying to explain your position, you withdraw with dignity and allow time and silence to reveal the truth on their own. Now imagine that person who constantly makes you feel small, A friend, a family member, or even a co-worker. They are always putting you down, subtly disrespecting you, waiting for you to snap, to lose control, to emotionally unravel. Now consider the power of simply removing yourself from the scene, of refusing to feed that dynamic. This doesn't require shouting conflict or dramatic goodbyes. You simply step back. You stop replying to messages. You stop being available. You stop investing energy in a toxic connection. Your silence becomes your message, showing that you no longer have the time or emotional energy for that kind of relationship. I know, it's not something you can master overnight. Nothing truly valuable in life comes easily, and you and I both know that. But making the effort is essential if we want to grow and evolve. So take a moment and make a commitment. Leave your mark in the comments by writing, "From today on, I choose silence." In situations like these, silence gives you an enormous advantage. It allows you to think clearly. While others are trapped in pointless arguments, you reflect, you evaluate what truly matters, and you decide whether action is even necessary at all. This shows that you are not controlled by fleeting emotions, and that completely disorients those who try to provoke you. Most people are used to immediate reactions, emotional outbursts, and impulsive responses. They don't know how to react when they encounter someone who remains steady and unshaken. Now imagine how this can transform your relationships. By refusing to be pulled into unnecessary conflicts or provocations, you naturally begin to distance yourself from people and situations that drain your energy. Little by little, those around you will notice that you are not easily disturbed, that you possess an inner strength rooted deep within, a quiet self-confidence that does not depend on words, arguments, or confrontation. Internally, this process brings something incredibly valuable: peace, a kind of peace you may have never experienced before. It is liberating to realize that you don't have to prove anything to anyone, that your worth is not measured by the arguments you win or the explanations you give, but by the calm and steady way you lead your life. In this sense, silence is not a weakness. It is a clear demonstration of power. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, diminish you, or underestimate you, remember this: you do not need to react in the way they expect. Use the power of silence as your greatest weapon. Instead of getting lost in words, show your strength through absence and watch how, little by little, not only do your interactions change, but you yourself begin to transform, becoming more composed, stronger, and more self-sufficient. Boundaries, the art of protecting your energy and living without burdens. Imagine a calm lake, its waters resting peacefully within clearly defined shores. The edges of the lake are firm and secure, creating a space of tranquility. Just like that lake, we need to establish clear boundaries in our lives. These boundaries are not walls meant to push people away. They are zones of protection that allow us to grow and remain safe. When we define what we accept and what we do not, we are showing the world that we value our well-being. This practice transforms not only how we see ourselves, but also how others perceive us. Think about a friendship where you are always available to help, but that person never reciprocates or truly considers your needs. If you never say no or set a clear limit, you may eventually feel drained and undervalued. Establishing a boundary in this case is a way of saying, I also deserve respect and reciprocity. This isn't about pushing the friend away. It's about creating a healthier, more balanced relationship where your well-being is no longer sacrificed. Another example appears in the workplace. Perhaps there is that one coworker who constantly hands extra tasks to you or asks for favors that consume your time. You keep saying yes to avoid conflict, but over time, the weight begins to build. Setting a boundary might sound like this: I'm sorry, I can't help today. I'm focused on another task. This simple statement shows that your time has value and that you are not willing to take on everything that is placed in front of you. You preserve your balance by doing so. When you set boundaries, the people around you begin to realize that they cannot cross your limits without consequences. This doesn't necessarily mean they will walk away, but they will adjust how they interact with you. And it's interesting how this shift changes the type of respect you receive. People stop taking your time and energy for granted and begin to recognize how much you value yourself. Setting boundaries is not only about protecting yourself from others, it is also about giving yourself more freedom. Think about how many times you have accepted commitments or responsibilities you didn't truly want, just to please someone or avoid discomfort. Later, you felt trapped by those choices. When you say no, you reclaim control over your time and your energy. That is deeply liberating, because now you decide where and with whom to invest your efforts based on what truly matters to you. Contrary to what many believe, setting boundaries is not selfish. In fact, it is a powerful act of self-love. When you respect yourself enough to protect your peace and say no when necessary, you are taking care of yourself. This makes you more balanced and more present for the people who genuinely matter in your life. If you are constantly sacrificing yourself and neglecting your own well-being for others, you eventually become exhausted, without the energy to offer your best to anyone. Beyond that, when you establish clear boundaries, you become an example to others. People see that it is possible to live according to your values and priorities without surrendering to external pressure. This inspires those around you to do the same. You become a reference point, someone who knows how to care for themselves without letting the world dictate their actions. Think back to a moment when you accepted something you didn't want or allowed someone to disrespect you because you were afraid to speak up. How different would that situation have been if you had set a boundary? Establishing limits is a way of protecting your peace and safeguarding what is most valuable in your life. It not only strengthens you, but it also transforms your relationships. So begin to reflect on the boundaries you need to establish. Which areas of your life are asking for more balance? Which people or situations are draining your energy? When you learn to respect yourself and value your time, the world around you begins to do the same. This isn't selfishness, it's self-care, and through it you will discover a deeper strength and inner peace that comes from knowing you are taking care of yourself in the best way possible. Now imagine what your life would look like if you truly valued yourself more and demanded the same respect from others. How do you think that would change your relationships and the way you feel day to day? Share your reflections, and if you feel comfortable, share your story. The art of mastering your emotions, how to remain calm in any situation. Have you ever been in a situation where someone tried to provoke you, hoping you would lose control and react explosively? Now imagine the power of staying calm and refusing to respond the way they expect. This is the power behind the art of not reacting, one of the most valuable teachings of Stoicism. Imagine you're walking down the street and someone passes by and makes a disrespectful comment about your appearance or your style. The people around you notice what just happened and instinctively watch to see how you'll react. Instead of getting shaken or responding defensively, you simply take a deep breath, remain calm, and keep walking forward with confidence. This composed and self-assured behavior shows that you are in control of your emotions and that you don't need the approval or the criticism of others to feel good about yourself. Many people believe that reacting quickly and impulsively is a sign of strength. In reality, it's often the opposite. Reacting without thinking usually means you are being ruled by your emotions instead of mastering them. Stoicism teaches us that true strength lies in maintaining calm and clarity, even in the face of provocation. Think of a red traffic light. If you speed up and try to rush through it, you could cause an accident, create unnecessary stress, or something even worse. But if you stop calmly and wait for the green light, you maintain safety, avoid problems, and protect lives. In the same way, when you don't react impulsively to criticism or provocation, you give your emotions time to settle. You allow yourself to make more thoughtful decisions, choices aligned with your values rather than driven by momentary emotion. There's another powerful effect as well. When you refuse to react impulsively, You confuse the person who tried to destabilize you. They were expecting an outburst, a counterattack, something that would justify their provocation. But by choosing not to react, you break the cycle. You show that you are not at the mercy of fleeting emotions. You are in control of the situation. Now think about how this can transform your daily interactions. Instead of being seen as someone who is easily carried away by emotions, you begin to be perceived as calm and stable. People start to respect you more. They see that you think before you act, that you are not easily shaken. This ability to avoid impulsive reactions doesn't just improve your relationships, it also nurtures your inner peace. When you master the art of controlling your emotions, you begin to live with greater serenity. You stop allowing small, everyday provocations to disturb your state of mind. When you realize that you have the power to choose how you respond to situations, you stop being a prisoner of other people's emotions and start living according to your own values. The next time someone tries to provoke you, remember the art of not reacting. Use that moment to breathe, to calm yourself, and to choose your response wisely. You may be surprised by the positive impact this will have on your life, and by the respect you'll receive from others. The art of mastering your emotions is one of the greatest strengths Stoicism offers. It allows us to live with balance and serenity without being controlled by the emotions of others or by the circumstances around us. Cycles of time. How each day contributes to personal wisdom. Imagine having the ability to use time in your favor, transforming every moment into an opportunity to grow and evolve. Stoicism teaches us the art of allowing time to become our ally, a powerful concept that often surprises those who try to pressure us or underestimate us. Picture a cultivated field. Plants grow according to the seasons and the care they receive, not in haste or anxiety, but with patience and consistency. Over time, the field becomes fertile and productive. In the same way, the Stoic understands that time and patience are allies in transforming adversity into strength and tranquility into power. When someone tries to provoke you or pressure you into a quick response, your calmness can leave them perplexed. While everyone around you rushes to solve everything immediately, you remain composed. This ability to wait, to give time the space it needs, reveals a rare and admirable inner strength. Using time in your favor does not mean passivity or inertia. On the contrary, it is an active form of control. When you choose to wait for the right moment to act, you demonstrate deep awareness of the situation and confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes next. It's like a game of chess, where every move is calculated and made at exactly the right time. Think about the moments when you rushed into a decision and later regretted it. Now imagine how different things might have been if you had waited a little longer, reflected more deeply, and allowed time to reveal the right path. This is the wisdom of time, a Stoic lesson that teaches us the importance of acting with reflection and discernment, not impulse. At first, those who observe your patience may underestimate you, assuming you are hesitant or indecisive. But over time, they begin to recognize the strength behind your serenity. They realize that you are not reacting randomly, but following a well-considered path. Knowing that time will bring new opportunities and solutions is a sign of true strength. Those who try to tear you down or diminish you become frustrated by your patience. They see that you are like a solid mountain, stable and unmoved, no matter how fierce the storms may be. Use this capacity for reflection and patience to strengthen your resilience. Show the world that your patience is not weakness, but a powerful expression of control and wisdom. Ancient wisdom can be a guiding light on our journey. Open yourself to this opportunity and discover the serenity and strength that already live within you. Subscribe to the channel and join this community of thoughtful, disciplined individuals. Leave behind weakness and distraction. Become part of this movement. The beginning of your transformation starts now. Let's continue. The value of prioritizing what truly matters. When you dedicate yourself to what is essential, something remarkable happens. You begin to live with purpose. Instead of being dragged along by the demands and expectations of others, you establish your own priorities, and this creates an inner strength that is incredibly difficult to shake. Imagine being at a crowded party, surrounded by noise and endless superficial conversations. Instead of feeling pressured to engage in everything and everyone, you choose to talk with just one or two people who truly matter to you. That single decision transforms the entire experience. You leave the party feeling a sense of connection and fulfillment, rather than drained and overwhelmed. Now apply this same principle to your life. When you focus on what is essential, you learn to say no to what adds no real value. This not only frees up your time and energy, but also sends a clear message. You know what you want, and you will not allow yourself to be pulled off course by distractions. People who try to diminish you may feel confused because you are no longer playing their game. Picture an arrow being released without a clear target. It can fly in any direction without purpose, but when there is a defined target, the arrow moves with precision, cutting through obstacles and staying on course. In the same way, when you have clarity about your goals and values, you become that arrow, moving forward with determination and avoiding the distractions that appear along the way. This focus on what truly matters also brings deep inner peace. When you stop worrying about trivial things and begin concentrating on what actually counts, life feels lighter. Your worries diminish, and you start to appreciate the simple aspects of life. Many people have never experienced this kind of clarity, and that is exactly what leaves them perplexed. Here is the secret. When you focus on the essential, you become a source of inspiration. The people around you notice your clarity and determination. They see that you are not shaken by every little thing, and they begin to respect that. Those who try to devalue you become unsettled because they cannot understand how you remain so focused and unmovable. So begin living with this level of focus. Prioritize what truly matters and let go of the rest. This is one of the most powerful lessons of Stoicism, and it can completely transform both the way you live and the way others perceive you. By concentrating on what is essential, you not only discover a new inner strength, you also show the world that you know what you want and that nothing and no one can easily divert you from your path. Self-sufficiency, a passport to freedom. Have you ever reflected on the kind of freedom that comes with self-sufficiency? Imagine being able to pursue your goals and fulfill your dreams without depending on anyone else. This doesn't just make you stronger, it changes how others see you. Self-sufficiency is a sign of power and self-confidence, a principle deeply valued by Stoic philosophy. When you are self-sufficient, you are no longer at the mercy of other people's expectations and demands. Think about how liberating that is. You have full control over your life and your choices, and this control is reflected in everything you do. People begin to see you differently, admiring your independence and strength. Imagine a table you build from scratch. Every piece of wood, every joint, every finish is the result of your own work and skill. That table is a reflection of your dedication and precision. In the same way, when you build your life with effort and attention to detail, the result is solid and authentic. The people around you notice this and admire the quality and commitment you invested in constructing your own path. By being selective about who you choose to share your life with, you don't have to accept just any kind of treatment. You know that you can stand on your own, and that awareness changes everything. It makes others recognize your true value and want to be by your side, not out of necessity, but by choice. Self-sufficiency also protects you from manipulation. Anyone who tries to underestimate you quickly senses the strength and security that come from knowing you don't depend on them. That realization dismantles any attempt at control because you operate beyond those small traps. Every time you demonstrate self-sufficiency, you send a powerful message. I am enough. That message echoes through everything you do, strengthening your sense of worth and purpose. The people around you begin to notice it. They see that you don't bend under pressure and that you have the ability to overcome challenges on your own. Being self-sufficient doesn't mean isolating yourself or refusing help from others. It means knowing, with certainty, that if necessary, you can walk your path alone. That confidence is inspiring and naturally draws admiration. People see you as someone who knows their value and doesn't need to prove anything to anyone. So cultivate your self-sufficiency. By doing so, you not only strengthen yourself, but you also transform the dynamics of your relationships. You become an example of strength and independence, someone others want to have close. In the end, self-sufficiency is one of the greatest powers you can develop, showing the world that you are complete within yourself, cultivating inner strength. When you face challenges and obstacles in life, how do you respond? Do you meet them with courage, or do you allow yourself to be paralyzed by weaknesses, fears, or excuses that only justify failure? For the Stoics, resilience is an essential virtue. It is the inner strength that allows us to face adversity with courage and calm. It's not just about surviving difficulties, but about growing through them and revealing the true value that exists within us. Imagine a train traveling along a winding, mountainous track. It encounters sharp curves, dark tunnels, and steep climbs, but it never stops. The train adjusts its speed, faces each obstacle, and continues forward until it reaches its destination. In the same way, Stoic resilience teaches us to persist regardless of the challenges that arise. We adapt, adjust our path, and keep moving forward, learning and overcoming each difficulty along the way. Think about the times when you faced hardship and felt that no one around you recognized your value. That feeling can be discouraging and make you consider giving up. But Stoic resilience teaches us to hold our heads high, to understand that our worth does not depend on the recognition of others, but on our own perception and the consistent effort we put into our actions. Every obstacle you overcome confirms your inner strength, something no one can take away from you. This calm, steady inner strength can surprise those who try to diminish you. They expect you to break, to quit. But when they witness your resilience in action, they realize their attempts to tear you down are useless. Your ability to keep moving forward, no matter what happens, becomes your greatest power. You're not just strong, you are unbreakable. Stoic resilience is not built overnight. It is a daily practice, a constant choice to face challenges with courage and serenity. The more you practice it, the stronger you become. For the Stoics, obstacles are disguised opportunities, chances to strengthen the mind and spirit. So the next time you face a challenge or encounter someone who fails to recognize your value, remember Stoic resilience. See every difficulty as a chance to grow, an opportunity to show the world and yourself the depth of your inner strength. Now imagine how you feel after overcoming a major challenge. It's as if, by facing and conquering adversity, you uncover a new layer of yourself, stronger and wiser than before. That feeling of growth and accomplishment is what truly matters. It's what makes your journey meaningful. The actions you take in silence can be more powerful than any words ever spoken. This is the moment to make your presence, your voice, and your inner strength count. The greatest injustice you can commit is ignoring yourself. If you don't value who you are, no one else will. Stop waiting for external validation and start standing your ground. Your true power lies in not needing the approval of others to know your worth. Rise up, light your path, show the world that you are far more than they ever imagined. If this video inspired you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. It helps us continue bringing meaningful content to you. If you've made it this far, leave your mark in the comments with a Stoic phrase or reflection. We want to hear your opinion. What changed for you, and what lesson will you carry forward on your journey after this video? Your interaction makes all the difference. Thank you very much. Until the next video, Stoic Warriors.